We here.
Oh, all right. Team, welcome back. Welcome back to the best half hour of your week. This Three Guys on a Mic presents Half Hour Power, where we're here to talk about the top 30 power metal albums of all fucking time. And, look, we've arrived at a band that I've heard of in the past, but I never associated them with... I never listened to them, but I didn't really associate them with power metal, so I was surprised to see them show up on this list. And not only are they on this list, but we got Children of Bodom back-to-back here. This album and the next album we're going to do next week.
Yeah.
So this week we have Children of Bodom, Follow the Reaper. Dave, had you ever had any experience with Children of Bodom at all before this album this last week?
No, not really. I had heard of them. If I'm being completely transparent, I may have heard a song from them at one point or another throughout my musical journey growing up, but I never really took a strong interest in them. Not for any particular reason, just it just never happened.
Yeah, there's just so much. I mean, God, there's so many bands out there. Like, we just discovered this new band literally 20 minutes ago. And, dude, I mean, we've already listened to like 5 songs, and they're quite possibly better than Metallica. I mean, I don't know, okay?
Okay.
So, but look, there's just so much music out there, so that's why I'm so happy that we're doing the top 50 metal list that we're doing with the other guys, right, with Jason and Adrian, and we're doing the top 30 power metal albums right now, and we're doing Metal Mondays where we're listening to brand new metal that comes out on Fridays and talking about it on the following Monday. Like, there's so much cool metal content that we have going on right now. If you guys are into a lot of the metal content we have going on, we have new fresh metal content coming out every week. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. It really helps us out, and look, it'll keep us going on some albums here. So, hey, without further ado, this is Half Hour Power after all, so we got to get it in and out in 30 minutes. Let's talk about Children of Bodom and Follow the Reaper. So, Children of Bodom formed in 1993. Dave, I didn't know this. They're a Finnish melodic death metal band from Espoo. So, back-to-back weeks with Finnish power metal bands.
All right.
Because we did Nightwish last week for any of those out there, and also from Finland. So cool.
Nightwish is amazing, by the way.
Very much, yeah. So the band was formed by guitarist Alexi Laiho and drummer Jaska. I'm not even going to try his last name. They were originally named In Earth. They would later be forced to change their name due to a record label dispute. The band's name is derived from the Lake Bowdom murders. They've released 10 studio albums, including Hexed, released in 2019. Founding member Alexi Laiho sadly passed away in December of 2020. Follow the Reaper, released in 2000, is the band's third album. This album is the first to use a power metal influenced sound. Reaper is the band's first album to achieve gold status in Finland. All following albums achieved the same status. This album featured one single, Hate Me.
It's a good song.
Yep, it is. So, look, hopefully this isn't the first time you're checking this out. If it is, welcome to the channel. So we decided a long time ago, as we were doing a lot of different ratings, that we would create our own proprietary rating system here, and we like to refer to things on this channel as shit. And so we decided to create the Shitometer. Okay, and the name of the game here is you want to get the lowest score possible. You want to be a 0. And anything between 0 and 49, that's various levels of we would certainly recommend that you check out this band. Anything 50 to 100 is varying levels of absolute dog shit, and we wouldn't want you to ever listen to it. So, Dave, why don't you come in and give us your Shitometer score here for Follow the Reaper?
So, I will say that this is probably going to be unique in the sense that, this is a death metal band, which I tend to lean towards death metal, I'm sure this is sacrilege to those that are big Children of Bodom fans. Although I am very big on Alexi's guitar playing, I am not so big on his vocals specifically. Now, this may be an acquired taste. I may come to appreciate them more as time goes on, especially since we have, we're going to listen to another one of their albums next. So, but I was not huge on this record. I come in right at a 39, though. I think the strength of the music, specifically the guitar playing and the lead work, carries my enjoyment of the record. So
Yeah. Um, you know, it was certainly strange when we turned them on, and a lot of times I associate power metal first and foremost with the vocals. So if I don't have like a high, clean singing vocalist, I'm immediately like, is this really power metal or not? All right. And the music certainly feels that way. It definitely leans in that direction, but the vocals are very death metal. And so I really struggled with my rating on this album because there was part of me that was like, well, I don't really think this is a power metal record. So I wasn't going to rate it very high because I don't think it really fits into the power metal genre totally.
Yeah.
But that's not what the shitometer is about. The shitometer is there to determine our level of entertainment based on the album, not really if it fits into a particular category or not. So I went with what the shitometer was created for, which is to determine my entertainment. It's very rare that I give a better score than Dave does. I gave this album a 30.
Wow.
I liked it. There's a lot of great moments on this album, and I like the vocals. I think these guys are dragging me a little deeper into the death metal realm. So I like the vocals, not as a power metal band, but I do like the vocals as a death metal.
Yeah. Now, I think we both agree, does this belong on the list? Now, granted, I pulled this from several other top power metal albums of all time lists. So, I mean, in a lot of people's opinions, this does belong on the list. I will say, although I did enjoy the record, I don't know that it necessarily, to your point, I don't know that it necessarily fits the mold of your prototypical power metal album.
Yeah, I'd say no. I'd say no for sure. Like I said, it's great record. I think there's a lot of great moments on it, but I just don't think it fits. I mean, we've left off bands like Dream Evil. We've left off, other albums from bands like Ed Guy,
Hammer King.
I just think there's Hammer King, right? New Plug. I mean, Dave, you even had another band. Was that Fellowship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many other great power metal bands out there that we've heard that. I'm not saying this is stealing a spot, but I just feel like there's room for more traditional power metal.
Yeah. So that gives us a 34.5. That actually, criminally just beats the Nightwish record, Wishmaster. This is actually the second best score you've given thus far on the power metal list.
Dude, I mean, the music in this is undeniable. This is the best guitar work of any album we've had on this list.
I'd say it's up there for sure. But, Josh, you do the honors this time. Why don't you give me your number 5 on your top 5 of this record?
All right, so my number 5 song here is Bowdom After Midnight.
That was my number 4.
Okay. Hey, super cool riffs in this song. This is one of those songs where every riff that pops up in a song is super cool.
Yeah.
And the solo between going back and forth between the guitar and the keyboardist, holy shit. I don't know what they're doing in Finland, but they dude, they fucking breed some keyboardists out there. This guy is crazy good.
Yeah. I have it as my number 4, so I'm right there with you. I think Bowdom After Midnight. Dude, I honestly just under Alexi, I think the keyboardist is probably the highlight of this record.
And what's interesting about the band name too is later on down the line, the band actually broke up, and Alexi broke off with the keyboard player, I believe, and they formed a new band called Bowdom After Midnight.
Really? That's
yeah.
Crazy. But I may have to check that out. My number 5 is Mask of Sanity.
Man, that is way too low. God damn it. I got Mask of Sanity at number 2.
Jeez. Okay. I mean, look, Mask of Sanity, excellent song, great guitar work. Riffs. It's dude, solid.
The keyboard solo of Doom on this one, he shows up big again.
Yeah.
In the intro also but the brutal, I really like the verse riffs. They're brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal verses. The vocals are real aggressive, and you do get a little touch of a clean vocal in the chorus, kind of there. I think it could have used, Maybe we could have used Jan from Master Plan here to kind of help out with some clean vocals. That would have been great, but
Yeah, I
can't
think,
believe you had that at number 5. That's criminal.
dude. I mean, it's a good song. I like. This record has a little something for everybody in terms of like it has like a little bit of power metal, a little bit of thrash metal, a little bit of death metal. It's kind of a jack of all trades type of album for me. What's your number 4?
Number 4, I have "Kissing the Shadows."
It's not on my list.
Song. Oh, really cool thrashy intro. But for me, I think the thing that puts it on here is the guitar solo. Like the whole back half of the song is this fucking just ripping guitar solo. So I mean, it's probably one of the best guitar moments out of any album that we've listened to yet on the Half Hour Power.
So I'm going to skip my number 4 because mine was Bowdom After Midnight. So I'm going straight into my number 3. So my number 3 is Children of Decadence.
Not on my list.
Dude, I think this song encapsulates like the death metal with a splash of power metal that the album was going for. Just kind of it's kind of like all like touching all the different genres of metal in the song. And like I said, the guitar work, the keyboard work, the intro for Children of Decadence is super good.
Really good.
This album, Children of Bodom, definitely, at least this album, has like this, I'm going to sound super dumb, but it's almost like this evil carnival ride vibe to it, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
I'm with you.
And that's just kind of how I feel about the whole record. I think the vocals kind of lend itself to that a bit. What is your number 3?
My number 3 coming in here with the most catchy song on the record for sure, and the single "Hate Me."
That's my number 2.
Okay. So there's some music in this song that is pretty power metally. Like it's a super catchy melody, right?
Yeah. Chorus is very catchy.
Lyrics, yeah, but the lyrics are very not power metal. Like power metal, is a lot about positivity, or it's about telling a story, all this other stuff. And this song is about, I don't give a fuck if you hate me, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess look, maybe there's some positivity there to that, but I think this is one of the moments where it's like it kind of pulls me out of the power metal vein, where I just don't think it fits. But the song itself is it's super cool.
That song reminded me of like early thrash metal, like vocal, like lyric wise, like akin to like Metallica's Whiplash or something like that, where it's really like very distilled down, raw. You're just young, you're at a metal show, I don't give a fuck if you hate me, type of thing. Like that's kind of the vibe that I got. That's my number 2. So I'll let you go ahead and go with your number 2 as well.
Yeah, my number 2 is Mask of Sanity. So, which we already talked about a little bit.
Do we have the same number 1?
If we don't have the same number 1, then we're not friends, Dave. It's got to be Every Time I Die.
100%. Let's go.
Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go, bro. Dude, so good on the intro. It's got a good catchy chorus. I mean, dude, there's pinch harmonics all over this song.
Yeah,
so
I think Every Time I Die is, I think it's clearly the best song on the record, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's a cut above the rest.
The first time I heard the song, I was like, this is the best song on the album for sure.
Yes.
Like, it was instantly my favorite song.
Yeah, it's super aggressive. Yeah, I mean, I just love everything about that song. I think, like, if I'm showing somebody Children of Bodom for the first time, that's the song I show them. I don't show them Hate Me. Although that's my number 2 song. I still think if they don't like Every Time I Die, then they probably won't like anything from the record, realistically.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I said Hate Me is the catchiest song, but man, that chorus and Every Time I Die is...
It's really good.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts?
Look, again, like I texted you the other day that we're dumb as fuck, man. Like,
Yes.
Just going down this journey of the top 50 metal albums, and we did all the bands in the Big Four of thrash before that, and we actually listened to a lot of the Megadeth albums for the first time, and I mean, I'm so glad we're doing this because I would have never listened to Children of Bodom. I would have never got around to it, and look, I'm not saying that this band or this album is revolutionary, but this is good music, man. There's so much good music out there that we've been kind of cutting ourselves off from. So
Yeah. I mean,
I'm so glad we're doing this.
without getting like super too real with the situation, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way. My teen version of me would definitely not understand the current version of me, because when I was a young metalhead in my teens, man, I was like, nope, I only like the bands that I like, and everything else is garbage. It was Metallica and probably a handful of other bands, and that's pretty much it. That's it. I liked Dream Theater, Metallica, and Death, and I was like, why listen to anything else? And man, I walked away or refused to listen to and enjoy so much music. Like in the past year and a half, I've spread my musical wings farther than I ever have by a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever think you'd be doing a weekly power metal show on YouTube?
Not a chance. Not even remote chance. So yeah, super thankful. Again, on Children of Bodom, absolutely very good record. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and I look forward to their next one. So, and we don't have to wait long.
It's actually the album that came out before this one, so it's called Hate Breeder.
Yeah. So, yeah, from what I understand in my brief research, you're the research guy, but my brief research of Children of Bodom, their first 3 records are the ones that are most highly regarded, generally speaking. So,
well, we should be in good hands. So, I'm looking forward to it. Hey guys, also we have another weekly metal show called Metal Mondays, where we do like to review new albums that come out from the previous Friday. So we did just drop a new video on the new Arch Enemy record, Deceiver. And coming up here next week, we're actually going to do a fresh little power metal album. It's a band called Hammer King, and the album is called Kingdemonium.
Yeah,
so
and
we're going to be...
we heard a couple singles from that, and it's really good. If you like power metal, we're going to be good.
I think we're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, so check that out next week.
Check us out next week. We're going to be doing Hammer King on Metal Monday, and then Hate Breeder from Children of Bodom on Half Hour Power. So we'll see you next week, guys.
Take it easy, everybody.
Live long and prosper.